Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. As always, with any major update here in Warzone and MW3, or really just Call of Duty in general, right? There's always the standard content that comes with the update that we know about face value on day one. There's also several back-end updates or behind-the-scenes updates that go live for the game files and the game code, and this oftentimes ends up including several future content references for all sorts of things. Sometimes it's operators, sometimes it's maps, modes, weapons. Basically everything could be added to the game files, and that stuff ends up getting data mined and leaked out. And that's exactly what we've got here today. So many different leaks for various different content updates between MW3 and Warzone, different weapons, aftermarket parts, gameplay features, other content drops. As always though, when it comes to leaks, things are always subject to change here, because at the end of the day, they are leaks, they are sort of rumors, and they're not 100% official. It won't be official until Activision or Call of Duty or Infinity Ward, Raven, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, whoever it is, ends up posting about it themselves. That said, game file leaks usually are pretty indicative of what's to come because, well, the information's coming from the behind the scenes of the game, right? So let's get into some of the weapon leaks first and foremost here. There's a lot of really interesting ones, starting first with one I already know is going to be controversial if it does end up coming to fruition, and that is a brand new leaked aftermarket part. Now, I should say all this leaked information is basically stemming from COD Warfare forum over on Twitter. So the leaks that are data mined, they end up posting a lot of them, so that's where the details are stemming from. This aftermarket part in question, though, is reportedly an underbarrel that'll be largely universal. It'll be available on a lot of different weapons, and it's a ballistic shield. So I would imagine this is something you could equip on your rifles or your SMGs or your LMGs, and you could basically activate what is a shield in front of you so you can kind of just sponge bullets. That's going to be a crutch for a lot of players, right? That's going to be something you suddenly see in a lot of gunfights if it does, in fact, give you a distinct advantage in gameplay. If it can just straight up be a mobile, shield like that, but also still allow you to fire your gun at the same time, it'd be able to, block a lot of those core body shots, those torso shots that could lead to you getting fried, right? So unless they're hitting crazy headshots, you're going to get shot in the limbs. That's the only place they'd be able to hit. So it's either really low damage or really high damage. You're blocking a pretty big hitbox there. Maybe they balance it out by saying, okay, if this is activated, you can't shoot your gun, or something strange is going to go on there, right? Like, it has to be balanced. But just based off the name, a ballistic shield underbarrel aftermarket part, that can be pretty crazy when it comes down to core gameplay there. We also saw several different weapon update leaks as a part of the latest Season 2 update data mines, right? So a lot of these are likely going to be referenced for Season 3, some of which we've seen and already talked about in the past in various other leak videos, but they got some new updates. Others are completely new in general. So initially here, there were some talks, there were some rumors and some leaks regarding a bow dropping potentially in Season 2. We obviously had the Walking Dead crossover leaks that have now turned into official confirmations, with Rick being a part of the battle pass and Michonne coming up as a new store bundle. And with that, some players thought, oh, maybe they're going to do like a Daryl skin as well, and we'll get a crossbow in there. But actually what this has been updated to now is a compound bow that's reportedly going to drop in Season 3. And with this, there'll still be various different types of arrows available for this, whether they are poison arrows that are like toxic and they have gas damage, explosive tip arrows, tri-bolt arrows, the standard stuff you can shoot as well. So it could be a really interesting sort of gimmicky weapon. I doubt it'll be really effective in a true competitive meta, just like the crossbows of the past have always just been very niche, but it is definitely a fun weapon to mess around with when the time presents itself. Obviously, skill-based matchmaking can make just having fun with off-meta weapons a little bit difficult, but it is what it is. Regardless, a compound bow does seem to be headed towards MW3 and Warzone in Season 3. Another new weapon leak that we have is in regards to the MP9, a fully auto pistol. This is also looking like something that's going to be releasing in Season 3. Initially, there were some rumors about it maybe being a Season 2 weapon, but of course, we now have the full roadmap for Season 2. It's not a part of that, so this seemed to have been pushed back a little bit. And we will have a new full auto pistol variant in the MP9, debuting likely again in Season 3. This is a weapon that we've actually had before in Call of Duty, so it'll be familiar if you've been around the franchise for some time. And then you may recall that way back, really towards the launch of MW3 actually, we had a lot of specific weapon leaks directly for Season 3, referencing how it may be an Advanced Warfare themed season. There were several different weapons leaked, all from Advanced Warfare, that seem to be dropping during Season 3. Well, a few of those are still around in the game files, including the Moors sniper rifle, one of the more iconic snipers in COD history. Very satisfying to run around and sort of quick scope with that. It is a bolt action sniper that still appears to be planned for Season 3, as does the BAL 27 assault rifle. This most well known for the Obsidian Steed blueprint back in Advanced Warfare that had just crazy damage. It was so good. You got that out of a supply drop, you were winning. Thank goodness those kind of blueprints and variants don't exist in a supply drop system anymore, because man, that'd be rough. With my COD luck, ain't no way I'm getting the meta guns right away. Then you'd just be losing because you didn't have the right blueprint, right? So it does appear that we got a couple of Advanced Warfare guns returning. The ASM-1 SMG was at one point leaked as well, but there's currently no updated references to that, in case you're wondering. Now, by the way, as we are going through all the remaining leaks for future content updates, if you're new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns. Everything going on in COD really is always right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. And if you enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It is always really appreciated, and it honestly does really help the channel grow as well. Now, you may recall that a couple of days back, we talked about the major Rebirth Island leaks, because yes, according to all the game files right now, it does appear that Rebirth Island is also set for Season 3. There's a bunch of different text strings and files referencing a Season 3 drop for Rebirth. Alongside that, the return of Specialist bonus as well. Raven did initially tease this a couple of weeks back, showing off a preview image of Specialist bonus atop one of the towers on Rebirth. And I mean, this is one of the best parts of Warzone 1, in my opinion. One of the peaks of Warzone really was dropping into Nakatomi Tower, getting the Specialist bonus, and then just going and frying the whole lobby, feeling like a super soldier with all the perks active at one time. And I mean, in this game, having every single perk, that's going to be pretty crazy. You know, you're going to have Mountaineer and Double Time and Flex and Bird's Eye and High Alert. It's going to be awesome to have all those sort of combined into one. Specialist is going to be pretty crazy. So hopefully it is something that's at least somewhat rare. It feels really rewarding to get and not just sort of a handout style thing. But regardless, it does appear that that's going to be returning here in Season 3 as well. We also have a few different operator bundles that have leaked previously. Some of these could be for later on in Season 2. Some could be for Season 3 and beyond. No exact time frames on some of these as of now, but we've talked previously how Warhammer 40k is supposedly going to have a crossover with Warzone and MW3. There's even more new files and references to this with an actual Warhammer event coming up, and then also various different crossover operator bundles as well. Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns is reportedly going to have an operator bundle too. Of course, Kevin Durant previously got one back in Warzone 2. All I'm saying is you may not want to run the skin in like round 11 elimination games just because of, you know, history repeating itself at times. But hey, Devin Booker is going to be coming as an operator. We also apparently are going to have Cheech and Chong as operators, kind of out of left field, but there's references to them in the game files. So that could be a thing as well. And then lastly, this one is particularly interesting because it's specific for zombies, and while some of this other stuff will have crossovers with zombies gameplay just because it's universal content in the form of weapons and aftermarket parts and operators, this is just for zombies. There's even more new references to a PvPvE mode potentially coming for MWZ, which would allow for player versus player combat and not just players versus zombies. So this would spice things up. You could sort of bait zombies into attacking players. You could use zombies as distractions to attack players yourselves. It'd be a pretty big and pretty significant twist to general zombies gameplay here this year. So we'll have to see if any more gets updated on that. Keep in mind, again, it's not 100% official, so it's only a rumor up until this point. PvP would be a big shakeup for zombies, and it's something that has been a hot topic for some time now. So maybe they heard the feedback and it's something we see in a future season. But as of right now, those are all the major leaks that we got out of the Season 2 update. As we see anything officially revealed here, or maybe some new leaks drop from other future updates, you guys know I'll have you with all the need to know details right as they drop. So stay tuned for that alongside everything else going on in COD by, of course, hitting that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and drop a like on it as well. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.